What is up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, all the fucking meme intros I've said last few weeks combined. We have an awesome Monday Night Raw for you today, as we have the winner of the Ultimate Fan Experience Non-Verbal Pie will be here in attendance, as well as we are set on the road to WrestleMania. And before we have one speed bump, and that is No Way Out. I forget if I said No Way Out was replaced. I mean, it's Elimination Chamber, like it used to be. It's not called Elimination Chamber. I actually prefer when the pay-per-view says the match name. It's not a big deal to me. But, because of, like, the kind of attitude we're going with in this save, that I felt to be a lot more, like, fitting to the thing. But anyway, we opened the show with what was supposed to be Non-Verbal Pie. But instead we get a big fucking argument as we see the cameraman, kind of like Royal Rumble, slowly and creepily look into the Dynasty's locker room. And yeah, they're not happy. They're fucking pissed off. We can't tell what they're arguing about. Triple H and Miz are into it. Randy Orton is kind of over in the crowd, just like very pissed off. Kane and Big Show are also pissed off. Everybody's pissed off with one another. Probably because Triple H just shot on them all on camera and got caught before he could delete the evidence and made it to Twitter. Eventually, Triple H sees the cameraman, picks up a sledgehammer, probably threatening to fucking club his skull in, and the man runs away, hopefully to safety. We will never know. He might be dead. And we open the show with 89A as Dolph Ziggler takes on Seth Rollins of The Shield. These two teams still going at it, as Dolph Ziggler picks up the win with a zigzag. Dolph Ziggler doing awesome in the 90s. Seth Rollins, 83. Seth seemed off his game, too, and Dolph is improving in performance. As usual, Dolph is like a sponge of knowledge. And then in a much more calmer match, we have Evan Bourne and the Tokyo Pimp, Yujiro Takahashi. Their little odd couple tag team has gotten together, and they take on the team of Crime Time, which they defeat when Yujiro Takahashi defeats JTG with a headbutt of the diving variety. It's more important that Yujiro's entourage kind of distracts Evan Bourne on the side. He's very, very confused at the sight of titties, very intimidated by them, which Yujiro picks up on. Kind of, he probably noticed it, but he's more like a friend who's worried. He's very confused. And, as, they settle all that match, we cut to commercial, and we cut back. We see the Shield in their usual promo stance. Seth Rollins obviously hurting, and Dean Ambrose talks for the Shield, saying that it was bullshit at Royal Rumble. They had to fight some stupid, fucking morons like the Saviors of Perfection. What's called the Rhodes Scholars. Great, way better tag team. But they say that it's absolute fucking bullshit, and as well as that they want a shot one-on-one with Dolph and Ted, which they feel they'll accept, but they shouldn't, but they should. And then Dolph kind of trails off because he's distracted, as Evan Bourne and Yujiro Takahashi strolling aside say, "Oh, slow your roll there, jabroni." What are you? And it's Yujiro doing the talking for the most part. Mao's just staring daggers at Evan Bourne, who's fucking scared. He's doing, like, the anime touch the fingertips that he's nervous. Like, fucking shit. And he's like, why do you guys get to have another tag title shot when you guys fucking lost yours? We haven't had a shot at the tag titles. We want a shot at the tag titles. And then Yujiro looks to Evan, and he's like, okay, you know what? Okay, fine, come here. And he pulls Evan aside, and it's like, what? And he's like, is something wrong with you? Are you okay? He's like, I love our tag team. We've done great. We've had great success. Even after, our little failures here, we beat, England's finest. But what exactly, is there something wrong with you? And Evan Bourne's like, I don't know. He's like, every time you see Mao, you see all my other, I don't know what he would call them. He probably just calls them, like, horse or some shit, because it's fucked up. He's like, yeah, whenever you see them, you get fucking weirded out. Is there something I need to know? And Evan Bourne's like, you know what? Yeah, there is. You know what? I want you and the WWE Universe emotions to the camera, because we're not going to pretend the camera doesn't fucking exist. I hate that shit. And he's like, you know what? I want you to meet somebody very special. She's a girl. Yeah, that's what everyone was thinking. But I'll show her next week on Monday Night Raw. And you're just like, okay, all right. I don't give a shit, but whatever. So Evan Bourne's special someone is coming to Monday Night Raw. Who will it be? We have a squash match with Chris Jericho picking up the win over David Otunga. 8:44 with the Walls of Jericho. Not much to be noted on. And then we have a quick promo by CM Punk. CM Punk talks basically about how people have asked him on Twitter, does he respect Daniel Bryan after taking the loss that he gave him and then going on to win the Royal Rumble. And he's like, I've said before, you idiots, that I am the best in the world and Daniel Bryan won. But just because, I'm the best in the world doesn't mean I'm going to win every match. And I always respected Daniel Bryan. If there's anyone that deserves this spot more than anyone, it's Daniel Bryan. Maybe me, but mostly Daniel Bryan. So I cannot wait to see Daniel Bryan kick the fuck out of The Miz. And if you haven't noticed at the beginning of the show, there's some problems over there. Oh, man. So, good luck kicking down that dynasty, Daniel. I'm rooting for you. You can eat my ass for eliminating me, but I'm still rooting for you. And then we have a recap of Triple H being attacked by Kofi Kingston. If you didn't watch the Royal Rumble, go watch the goddamn Royal Rumble. But Triple H was supposed to be number 20. He never came out because Kofi Kingston entered the arena, the suspended indefinitely Kofi Kingston, and beat Triple H's ass inside out, leading to him missing that shot and being forced to pull out of the match. And yeah, just kind of a recap of that to show the hype of all that shit. Next, we have a squash match again. I'm trying to incorporate not the squash matches, but I realized in the booking that's like every match can't be like 100, especially on Raws, and it's not even rated like that anyway. But just to have some more, bring some FCW guys up. Madison Lane takes on Cherry Bomb, who she defeats pretty handily with a shining Yakuza kick. And next we cut back to the Coven. The Coven are laughing, they're indicted, and they have a new woman with them. This woman that jumped the railing and attacked AJ Lee, costing her Divas title. Astrid says some, spooky shit about, spoons in her ass, like Bray Wyatt would say. Some just dumb shit. But she talks about Paige. She saw her in the crowd, and she saw a yearning Jade Paige is what we're really calling her for right now. A yearning for power, yearning, a lust for the mysterious, and they use some magic shit, some special effects. They point out she is not a member of the Coven, but she has now willingly given herself up to the cause, and they do some magic shit, and they induct her into the Coven. So the Coven is now 5 women strong. Can anybody stop the Coven? That is a true mystery. Next we have the NXT title on the line in a great fucking match, considering who's in. Austin Aries defeats Jay Lethal, 13:04, tapping him out with the last chancery. Makes sense. Number 8. Though, if you kind of notice, is that Austin Aries usually doesn't defend his U.S. title, kind of seeing it as the more prestigious one he wants to hold on to. Like a crux, if you will. But Jay Lethal doing really great for a lower mid-carder with that 70. No improvements, unfortunately, but in a great match, all things considered. And next we have Wade Barrett and Alex Riley coming together, kind of putting the last end of their storyline. There's not even a storyline involved with it. But Wade Barrett defeats Alex Riley with the Wasteland, just putting him away. That's the end of that for, Alex Riley put up a good fight, and his stock has definitely risen. But that is the end of Mr. Riley and Mr. Barrett's feud. Next up, we had, trying to look and see who... Shut up, phone. You fuck. Trying to see who did good. This did really good, considering, I usually kind of cheese it. But basically, Austin Aries is walking backstage. He's a fucking man, walking him out. And Sami Zayn comes up, and he's like, hey, Royal Rumble, asshole. And Austin Aries is like, yeah, that's kind of the point of the Royal Rumble. And Sami Zayn's like, I want a shot at that. And he's like, oh, my NXT title? Well, I did just defend it. But he's like, no. I want your U.S. title. And Austin's like, no. You cannot have a shot at my U.S. title. Sami's like, why not? He's like, because you look like Seth Rogen, and I do not like you. Plus, and he looks right at the camera, he's like, I'm going to be busy with something else. And he walks away, and Kevin Steen's like, what the literal fuck is he going on about? Sami's like, don't worry, I'm going to get that title shot one way or another. So the title shot will be happening, damn it. And I believe the main event is next. And whoa, I know Randy fucking carried it, but my boy Chris Hero putting in that work. Chris Hero, Randy Orton have a fun little match. Randy Orton, this reason the match goes on as long, A, because it's a main event, and B, because he's just not happy. The Big Show's with him, is not happy with, they both don't like each other, it's all kinds of shit. Randy Orton eventually, Chris Hero puts in a good work. He almost wins, but he hits the RKO onto Chris Hero with a 99A rated main event. That's just shit. I can smell it like The Rock. That's awesome. And next we have this segment. So the Dynasty come out and Nonverbal Pie is there. This is the picture he wanted to use. I like to imagine it's like if it wasn't this picture, I was gonna use the picture like a kid, with like kind of like the lollipop and the what do you call it, the god damn it, it's like the fucking things on his head, like the weird hat that spins around. But they're there and they're like, hey kid, how's it going? And like Miz is like, well, how you doing, champ? And Nonverbal Pie says like. And he's like, wow, fucking riveting. And they quickly forget about poor Nonverbal Pie. He's trying to take in the moment. They immediately start fighting. And he's like, why don't you tell everybody, Triple H? And Triple H is like, god damn it, Miz, not now. He's like, no, tell everybody what you told everybody at the Royal Rumble. Because you were being an idiot and didn't realize you were being recorded. Is you don't have it in me. And Triple H is like, Miz, please, not now. I don't want to do this. It's like, no, you tell everyone, you told this kid right here. And Homer Pro's like, I'm whatever age he is. And Triple H is like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, Miz. You want me to tell you something? You need us now more than ever. You think Daniel Bryan? You think you could beat Daniel Bryan? Like, you're out of your mind. It's like John Morrison was one thing. Brock was one thing. But Daniel Bryan is a wrestling fucking machine. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about mind games. You know, this is the exact kind of guy we don't want on Raw anymore. If I could put him on SmackDown, I would. For some reason, he doesn't have that power, but shut up. He's like, he's a wrestler, and you're not. He's going to destroy everything we worked for in like 15 minutes by tapping you out. And The Miz is like, who the fuck do you think I am? Triple H is like, I think you're a fucking nobody. And they start getting head-to-head. Kane and Big Show are trying to separate the piece. And Triple H oh, fuck, I forgot to have Randy. Randy is in this as well, obviously. And they're about to go at it. Randy Orton slivers up RKO's Nonverbal Pie. Stephanie's like, god damn it, Randy, what the fuck? God, son of a bitch. And they all turn to Randy. They're like, Randy, you fucking mongoloid. And Randy's doing the weird tongue face thing. And it's fucking chaos. And all of a sudden, Daniel Bryan, John Morrison run out to the ring. They start kicking the shit out of everybody. Surprise attack. They're helping Nonverbal Pie up. They hit Randy. They hit Triple H, Miz, Kane, Big Show. The Dynasty flee the ring. They're still arguing with each other outside of it. Daniel Bryan, they help the Nonverbal Pie up. The winner of the fan experience getting RKO'd. Make sure he's okay. They called down to security. What does this mean for the Dynasty's hold on Raw as we end the show? 96A up in 18 regions. Awesome. Love this episode of Monday Night Raw. I want to say thank you again to Nonverbal Pie. Your storyline is officially going to be in the thing. I think I sent the email, but my internet's been weird. So you're officially, his storyline will be seen here. Won't be seen, it'll probably be seen after No Way Out. But damn it, all kind of things are just going on with my computer. It's Chaos Maggle. I'll see you guys for the next episode of SmackDown.